Right, here we are, Alan, with more Dark Souls invasions. I don't think we've died a single time since yesterday. I I'm not too sure. If I'm totally honest with you. Actually, we died once today. We There was some guys hanging out and just killed all the enemies in the world, and they were ganking with way overpowered equipment. And so here's the first video for the day. We decided to try out mound making a little bit just because I'm not sure what the game registers as a formula for like when it will and won't summon like other invaders to help. And so we just tried out the mound maker and then we just took it off after this one. And so this is a good one. This was lots of fun. We only need to kill one, and that was why I wanted to give this one a try, was because you can hear Priel in the background, I'm sure. But we wanted to, right, so we've moved into the upstairs to avoid the baby crying. So, yeah, so I switched to purple because a little bit easier, especially because every invasion almost is a 2v1 or they're summoning some blues, which is fine. That's just how it goes, right? So we switched to purple because it only needs to kill a phantom and not the host necessarily. So that's what we're going for. And jumping attack, interesting. So that's what we're going for here, is just we got to kill one. It doesn't really matter who. These guys play pretty admirably. They're not too punkish. They're not really afraid to chase me and to play the world, and that's cool. I like that. It's really boring if like somebody just sits around a bonfire, as lots of people do. But I've had a good string of people who are coming out and actually trying to get me, which makes it a lot more fun for all of us, I think, and a lot more rewarding when you win. And so Goldie here loves holding his shield up, and it's gonna come to bite him in the butt later because he's not really knowing what I've got going on with my shields. But I mean, you can see these guys are turtling pretty hard, and I've showed him, oh look, I've got a parry shield, and I've done that very purposefully because I don't want them to know that I can switch to a Black Knight shield and go straight into a weapon art. Because I mean, you can see they're turtling pretty heavy. And so we're going to do our passive rolls just to get them to make some mistakes. We're low on Estus. We go ahead and drink up a little bit, and now we're back to full. Very good. Very happy place. We've got some Estus as well. Goldie here hasn't healed in a while, which makes me think he's out of Estus, which is good news for us. And so we go ahead and hit him right there. Mess that up very badly. But he's got no heals, so that's not really a big deal. And we'll just keep on playing him because he loves his shield. I'm surprised I didn't go to my Black Knight shield here and go into the weapon art. I ended up going on the two-hand very quickly, that was one of the reasons I use the Black Knight shield from now on. Is, well, I keep them both and I switch, but I don't like having to two-hand and then go into weapon art. It's just too many buttons, whereas with the Black Knight I can just press the buttons I need. And we're going to do it right here. He's coming after me. We're in a good spot. They've got the exiles up there, which is nice. We hit him, riposte, and I win. Just like that. We probably could have finished the host off here if we chased him, but I think we might have aggroed the exiles, so maybe that's why he's running away. And that's one. On to the next. So this one was an interesting one. We are in the undead settlement, and these guys love hiding behind this. They're like doing it while I can see them. So Fat Dave over here is like, oh, okay, he saw us hide. Like, we're not going to trick him. And so he's spamming. So this is like perfect opportunity for some fire bombs, and we get him with a couple of rope fire bombs, which is cool. And we just start chucking fire bombs because they're all passive. It's like, all right. And the nice thing about them being all bunched up like this is they don't know who I'm throwing them at. So it makes it really difficult for them to dodge, and I can switch my reticle really quickly. So with what we do, and that's how we get the white. And there goes Fat Dave. We will see you later. Now they've seen that I've taken out Fat Dave, and Fat Dave clearly is the glue that holds this team together because they decide to run away. And there you go, that little spike was me recording the video backwards. And so they hide backwards again, as if I'm not going to see that coming, because they've done it 3 times now. And he realizes, all right, we're not going to get him with this. He's using Dark Hand, which I guess is really strong at lower levels. I can't get that weapon because I've used souls to stack my levels, and I don't want to go past soul level 20. And so they're running through, and I don't really know where the host is, but, you know, whatever. So we go after the blue. We try to plunge there. It doesn't work. And, oh, there's the host. So we got the host. We got a blue. I'm pretty comfortable with where we're at. We can just chuck fire bombs. If these guys are going to be passive, that's fine. And as they run up on us, we can kind of hit them with fire bombs as well. And the host kind of just runs off. And me and the blue are hanging out. I'm perfectly fine to fight a blue. To fight really anyone who will fight me is good. That's fun. And so here we go, chasing the blue. Chasing. Where's the host? I'm not really sure. We can assume that the blue is going to the host, but who really knows, right? And so the blue's running away. No one wants to fight. If you remember from the last video, no one wants to be cornered by an evangelist because they are nasty at this level. And so yeah, he's gonna keep on doing what he's doing with his Dark Hand, and another blue is gonna be summoned. Put on his skates there for a minute, and I don't really know what just happened there. But we are backing up just to see if we can find the other blue. We don't see him for a long way, so we're like, oh, all right, we got time to mess with these guys. So we give him a little clap for being passive. No, that's what we do as an invader. We just taunt and try to make people come and play with us, and c'est la vie. We'll throw some knives and goof and gaff. He's trying the same trick again, waiting in the doorway. Not gonna fall for it, I've learned. And there's the other blue. Until we get him with a little smacky smack right there. Good times. This gnawing is going to follow him forever, and then it's going to connect, and that is just amazing. I really like the design of the evangelist as an enemy in the game. They're really strong and yet not overpowered, which I really like. I think it's really effective in the game. Did you like how I hit it? We got the noise, nothing happened for like 1 second, which made me think I had to do it again. That was just the best. So we missed that riposte. What are you gonna do? Not gonna cry about it, because this is Dark Souls, and we don't cry about Dark Souls. We just get better. Dog comes in, my backward strafing works. We try to go in, we don't really capitalize on this, which is unfortunate. But what are you gonna do? We get him again. We get the riposte very nicely, I might add. And really and truly, I should have stuck on him going, looking back. I don't know why I ran away like that. I should have stuck on him and pressured him a bit. But there was 2 of them, and I wasn't really sure. And we stagger so easy, but while we were goofing off with them, we won. Which is really interesting, because the whole point of being a blue is to kill the invader. It's not to protect the host, it's to kill the invader. There's no penalty for losing or dying, you just don't get your Concord. So it was really interesting that those guys were so passive, and just 2 of them not willing to bum rush me. It's really interesting. So here we are in the next one. These guys are super passive, and whatever. We'll do what we got to do. We've got the obscuring ring on, so they can't really see us. We're making them come out, that's fine. You guys come on down, look for us. I'm happy you're here. The Phantom jumps off the ledge, and we take this opportunity to rush on the host a bit. And I don't know if we necessarily do a whole lot, but we panic them, which is pretty good, if I do say so. Phantom comes back. We've got him thinking. A little bit of stuff goes down. We get a couple hits in on the Phantom, which that's pretty good to me. We got 2 slashes and 2 rolls, so we did about I don't remember the numbers, but either 200 or 300 damage, which is pretty good. I have no idea why this guy's playing without armor. We hit him with the bow. I thought this was a really good job of baiting here. I was doing this strictly as a baiting technique, because there's a few seconds using the bow where you just can't move, and then the pike guys are just like, we're gonna conk you on the head with our big sticks. So this was another fun baiting technique. My baiting has reached, I think, Saint Riot level. He'd be proud. So we just start chucking prism stones down, and in my brain, that's my line. I'm just like, this is a line they will not cross no matter what. And so at a certain point, my goal becomes, I want to make them cross the line. I've been watching more of Saint's videos lately, and we are just adopting his waste the passive people's time, because they don't want to die, and that's fine, but we want them to die, and if they're not going to play ball, then we'll just waste their time. So we run to our prism stone line, and there they go, stopping, and it's just like, look at that. And then they decide to come past it, which is good for me, because now we've got some more pike guys coming out. And I like the pike guys here in the Crucifixion Woods. They're really good for wreaking a little bit of chaos once. Kind of like you saw earlier where they smacked that guy on the head. If they get one good hit in, I'm pretty happy. Like, they're kind of useless after that, especially if there's 2 of them. But one good hit is all you really need. And so we get them to come out and not be passive. We've been fighting these guys for about 10 minutes now. I try the parry. It's very bad, but it gives us the opening we need to do some damage, roll away. And we do some more damage, and this is our moment, and we take the white, and things are looking really good here. It's just the host. It's just me. The world is at my disposal. The host is weapon arting all over the place and doing stupid things, which means I'm going to capitalize. And I don't know how we didn't get that backstab. The only bad thing about this is I can't really trade, which, I can't trade the swings because he can outpoise me. But I can do other things. I can go for the swings and one roll out or something like that. That's pretty effective. And then we get a watchdog, and it gets pretty fun from here. Like, if we get a watchdog, I'm happy. I don't know if this is a password summon guy or not. I'm going to assume it is because he's naked with a great axe. So I'm assuming it's a password guy. And we're just trying to block him and maybe get some noise damage and stuff so that the watchdog can find us. Because anytime a watchdog invades, I'm just like, yes, I need some advantage on my side. And so we're fine to take some hits. We're fine to do this because I see the watchdogs coming. We're going to heal up. And now it's 2v1. I don't know what this guy's doing. I have a feeling he's trying to quit on me, so I try to run in there and get him real quick. And he's definitely trying to disconnect. And so, yeah, we get him. I'm happy. Easy game, easy life. He was either trying to quit or he was trying to summon. Either way, I was happy for the help. So these guys, that was me. Literally, I spawned in about 10 seconds before this footage starts. And those guys, I ran into those guys and they were like, hey, how you doing? We're just playing the game. And they just ran past me. And I was kind of like, what are you guys doing? I want to kill you. I'm an invader. If you couldn't tell by my bright red glow, I'm here to kill you. And so they pick up on it and we start fighting, as we should. He's turtling a bit, so we try to hit him with the weapon art quite unsuccessfully. and we're trying to roll catch, but we don't really know how to roll catch, so we got to figure that out. And he's got the bleed weapon, katana, so we need to be a little careful here. Goldie's playing with fists. I don't know, what is that, the Kestis? And so, I don't know why Goldie's ignoring me. He's going after the enemies, which is really weird. Because his whole job is to protect the host. But whatever. He's got a pyro. And we're just hanging out. We're not trying to backstab or anything. We're just trying to get him... We're trying to get him poisoned is what we're trying to do. Because these mushroom heads are very happy to poison them. And I believe we did get one of them poisoned. Or maybe not yet, because I don't see any damage ticking. But we decided to run back up because we lost track of him for a minute. And now he's poisoned. This is super good for me. He either doesn't have clumps or he's too afraid to go into his menu and get them. Which this is why I've picked up a bunch of poison arrows, because a lot of people at this level won't have those clumps equipped, which is nice. Because a lot of them, if I keep the pressure up, will be too afraid to go into their inventory and eat that purple clump. So he's poisoned, it's good for us. It's not toxic, so it's not as bad, surely, but it is nice because it does put a certain clock on the timer. And he's just not playing smart. I mean, he's letting the damage tick and tick and tick and tick. And he's only got so much Estus. He can only heal so much because that poison stays on forever. And we're going to get Goldie because he just loves to spam his punches. And we know that about him. He's put the poise on, so we're going to swing. He's dead. I'm happy. Now for the host. Man, that weapon art sure does use a lot of FP, doesn't it? You can only use so many of those in a battle. He's being pretty passive. We get a couple of roll catches on him, which is nice. We get him with that big one. He still gets the heal in, though. And I think we get him a roll catch here. Oh, no, we get a backstab. I have no idea how that backstab happened, but I'm happy about it. We get a roll catch there. Where do we get the roll catch? Maybe we don't. We get a plunge. Happy for that. He's on the ropes. Roll catch. I don't know where he's going. I don't know what he's going to do. He's poisoned. He's going to die eventually. There's nothing you can do. He might be out of heals at this point because he panic healed twice back there. Maybe he's going to summon a phantom. I don't know. I can't remember. This is all new for both of us. Are we going to get him? I think he's a little too far ahead for us to even get a slash on. Get him once. And I think somehow we got him there. A little bit of lag, spike, latency, whatever you want to call it. But we win. I guess he wanted to keep his souls next to the bonfire. I don't know. There was a much closer bonfire. But, say la vie, what are you going to do? So we run up on these guys, and these guys trick me. So I actually didn't see that mage in the left right there. And then he comes and kind of surprises me, which is like, oh, okay, 3v1. Cool. 3v1s are kind of nice in a way, but kind of not. We've had a good bit of 3v1s lately, whether it's, phantoms and a host, or whether it's the blues coming in. But we've had a good bit the last couple of days, and I'm getting better at playing them, and I think that's one reason I like this build so much. It just gives a lot of freedom to be passive and do a lot of chip damage. And when you have a 3v1 like that, there is a lot of rolling. You are doing a lot of damage, or a lot of very passive damage through this set. And so, that's basically what we do. We draw these guys in, so there's 3 of them. This is the only way we're gonna win. And so we get the passive damage, and I don't know what this guy is using, but he is spamming either weapon art or he is spamming R1s and L1s. So we're going to try and get in where we can and get him. And I think we kind of realize that about him now. He's spamming something. And so we're trying to figure out how to get him in. And so we try to get him with a little bit of poison there. Doesn't work. And the crab is helping out a lot. I really like the crabs in the swamp. Only downside is they also can smash me, which, what are you going to do? So we try to avoid getting smashed. It doesn't always work. And we bait him in with the bow. I've kind of figured out we can get off about 3 of those quick hits like that, even if we miss, and then we can roll away about that distance. So that's been pretty helpful. He's spamming. We're going to go ahead and hit him a couple of times. We're learning. We're getting better. We're having fun. Crabs are everywhere. Crabs are trying to kill everyone. The crabs have become my greatest friend. And so we learned something very important about, that's the host right there. We learned something very important about the host now, but we don't realize it until a moment later, is the host is completely out of Estus. Somehow, some way, I don't know, I must have invaded as they got to that bonfire, because the host did not heal, and the host is not going to heal for the rest of this. Which might be why they decided to play somewhat aggressive, is because they all realized that there's no Estus available for the host. So here we go, and we're starting to play a bit more aggressive by getting the crabs involved. That's sort of the way we like to go in terms of being aggressive. The Black Knight guy has pulled out a big sword in favor and gotten rid of his fists, which is fine. That's helpful. And at this moment, we go for the host. We start slashing and hacking. This is our opportunity to get him, and we do. A nice little roll catch. And we win. I really like how we were able to get the crabs involved there and separate the host from his friends. I gave him a point down. I never point down. I did there because he kind of surprised me a bit, and that made me irritated. So this is a fun one. I'm pretty sure this is the one. Yes, this is the one. So we get a 3v1 again. And it's just interesting because I think in a 3v1 like this, you really got to see what everyone has. And we've got this is the triple threat right here. We've got a mage doing magic from a distance. We've got big, not a big guy, but he has the evangelist mace thing, and then, or a great mace, whatever you want to call it, and then this guy's got the twin swords. So there's just this really is the triple threat. We've got to be really careful at this one, and I'm trying to figure out what to do, and I'm kind of just going around the tree over and over again because really and truly I just don't know how I'm going to win this one. And I know we've got to get a couple of the blues out. And so we managed to get a nice little combo on that blue. And I'm keeping my Estus low. And I heal up here because I got those hits on that blue. I know I got to keep them somewhat interested in chasing me, and I'll only do that if I've got low Estus. And they'll make mistakes because I'm running around the crab, and the crab is going to smash them to death like he does right now. So we got one. I'm pretty happy. I know I didn't make the kill there. I still consider that a win because the crab is my friend in this world. The crab is my enemy everywhere except for when I invade. And because of that, I count that as my win. And so this guy, he isn't doing it now, but earlier in the fight, he was really spamming his weapon art hard. And he loves using the charcoal pine bundle. So we're playing it passive while he's got the fire. We're still trying to figure it out. I wanted to try and get some roll backstabs in, but I haven't really tested it in PvE at all. And so I don't really have a firm grasp of how to do it. And so at the moment, we just have to rely on the passive rolling damage. And whenever we can, we want to do damage to the blue. And so We decided at this moment, we had already checked to see if the exiles were spawned in the world, and lo and behold they are, which is good for us. And so we head back towards the exiles. We drop the firebombs to bait him into an attack. We hit him a couple times there, but he poises through, does some nice damage, and now we want to heal. So we run this way, and I realize I'm getting to a tree, into a wall, and so I turn around, I roll back, and we run up here to the exiles, and for whatever reason again, the blue decides that he's not going to come. So the host comes, and the blue just chills there, and I'm like, blue, if you're not going to do your job, I'm going to attack. And so then we get a watchdog, and I pretty much know it's game over at this point, because it's now 4v2 in favor of me, and the blue is passive. I guess the blue is also out of Estus, and so that's why he wasn't coming. But we have a small pause right there because I was backwards recording the footage. But the watchdog comes in, and I've done 15 minutes of awesome invading work, and then the watchdog gets the kill. Whatever, man. We got 2 forked tongues. We still won. I thought that was a good one. Thankfully came in. We got the exile involved as well. As you can see in a couple of these clips, we've gotten the exile pretty heavily involved. So this one, I started the recording from the very beginning, and we walked in there to check and see if the exiles were available, and they are. And these guys are just chilling at the bonfire, so we'll go ahead and hit them with a poison arrow. We always go for the Phantom with an arrow, because in one of Saint's videos he made a good point that Phantoms have less Estus than the host. And so we always try to go for the Phantom whenever we invade, because if we can get the Phantom out, people who are playing with a Phantom are gonna freak out a little bit when they lose their Phantom, especially at this early in the game. And so that's kind of always the goal, is to get the help gone. And once the help is gone, the host is very likable to make a lot of mistakes. And so we just pepper the Phantom up here a bit. We're hitting him with poison arrows, and he doesn't get poisoned, which is weird. I hit him with about 5, and he never gets poisoned. Why? I don't know. Maybe right there they used a spell or something and that healed him. But whatever. We're going to keep on peppering him, because honest to goodness, we just want him to come out of the bonfire area. We've got the obscuring ring, so they don't know where we are. And the nice thing about hitting him with the arrows like this, he moved just as I fired, is that these guys can't see me. They might have a general idea of where I am, but once they get sight of me, they'll know that if I get far enough away again, they won't be able to find me. And so that might be helping people kind of stay on me. And so they start coming down here, and I'm like, all right, we're going to go in. We are going to try and rapid shot them. I'm not sure if having the shield out will still proc the poison damage or not, so that's why I'm firing into a shield. And as you can see, these guys are super over-geared. We've got the onion set with, I don't even know what sword that is. I don't even know what sword that is. But clearly these guys are overpowered. The only way you get the onion set this early is by killing Sigurd, and who's going to kill Sigurd? Nobody. That's weird. And this guy has got twin dragon greatswords. This is right before the spears of the church in the ring city. So these guys, whatever it is, someone is super overpowered here. And so I'm like, all right, we're gonna go kick some butt and take some names with our longsword +2. Who needs DLC weapons when Dark Souls was so generous to give me a longsword from the start of the game? I think invading at this level has really taught me that a lot of what Saint says is really true. Like, it's not necessarily about the gear or the armor or whatever it is, as much as it is utilizing what your tools as an invader. And I think we have kind of showcased that really well. Like we've got the bow, we've got 2 different types of arrows, we've got the Armor of Thorns, which allows us to be passive and aggressive at the same time. We've got the world enemies, we've got 2 different shields. One of them will go straight into weapon art, one of them will go into the parry. Not that we can parry, but we've got fire bombs, throwing knives, we've got black fire bombs, we've got prism stones, for goodness sake. I mean, whoever would have thought that prism stones would be a baiting tool, but they are. And so we go in, try to hang out. This guy loves to spam his weapon art, and so I try to figure out how to get in there and mess him up. Unfortunately, it never really works in my favor. But now we've got a watchdog, and the watchdog actually has on the white phantom ring, which is pretty cool, because that might make the host mistake him as his buddy if he's not really paying attention. And so these guys run off, and we sort of lose track of them for a minute. We don't really want to chase them to the bonfire. All of our help in terms of the world enemies are down there, and so that's why we don't want to chase them to the bonfire, is because he's going to try and do that. And there you can see him spamming his weapon art, because twin dragon greatswords, that's just what you do. And so we're starting to pick up on it, and he spams, and we just hit him with a firebomb, because what else can we really do with a longsword other than that? Other than that, and rolling past him for very, very small chip damage. And he's getting us, and we are going to go back into the swamp, back to our exile buddies, because we need help. And I don't know where the watchdog is. Maybe the watchdog is waiting around for a minute. Maybe I don't know. It's very odd, right? He gets the heavy stuff put on him. There goes Cowardly Host. We both have this stuff on us now. And I didn't realize this till watching the video, but the Phantom ran past me. The Phantom watchdog ran past me to go and get the host. And so me and Exile, great club guy, decide to go and get the Phantom. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to double team him. And I go for the backstab here, but for some reason it doesn't connect, which was really weird. But okay, whatever. I don't really know much. He's spamming. We're going to try and get him and just keep the attention. I think we didn't see the watchdog, but we're trusting that he's here somewhere. And then right there, we see the Phantom. I know that's the watchdog. And so we're like, okay, we just got to keep this guy's attention. We'll get some world enemies in here to poke him with their big sticks. And they must be on chat, because he all of a sudden cuts it and runs. And he's trying to run to the host. And we don't really realize this, but he's just like panic running, and then we win. Just like that. I really hope you enjoyed this video. We had a lot of fun doing all these clips. And yeah, let me know what you think. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.